Hello, everyone, and welcome to Call to the Ring. With me, I have Shawn Knight. This guy has been tearing up the scene. He's been all over the tri-state area, and even going further than that. I mean, first off, I want to thank you for joining me today. I know your time is very valuable. I mean, I don't think there's a day that goes by where you're not posting the previous weekend, upcoming shows, reels. Like you're just a
I'm
man on fire.
Thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate it. I've been waiting for a while to come up here. I have been busy, which is why it's been like so hectic of me getting up here. But yeah, as far as posting, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I post every day. I don't post every day. I don't. Literally, probably like 2 weeks ago is like when I didn't post anything for like a week, just because I was getting ready to go to Florida. So literally, like, what happened? My whole week just had to get like rescheduled because I had stuff planned for Thursday and then I got booked on Wrestling Open for Thursday. So I had to push that to the beginning of the week and then everything else that I had to do to get ready. It was a lot.
Oh no, work problems. There's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys out there who are like, well, I got a show in like 3 weeks. And you're like, yeah, I had some this weekend over here, but then I had to push something to have somebody else come up third week. God is great. You're killing it.
Oh, absolutely. Amen. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
So for everyone watching, like, what made you? Where did it all start? Were you always a wrestling fan, or was it something that picked up later on in life?
I've always been a wrestling fan since day one. Um, I always let everybody know, like, Undertaker is my mom's favorite wrestler. She's been going to her, my aunts, and my grandmother have been going to shows since before I was born. So, like, earliest memories that I have are literally being in my aunt's room as a kid and watching Stone Cold and The Rock on TV. I went to the New Haven Coliseum before they tore it down. Like, I remember going to a show there and getting my first little replica belt and everything. Yeah, it's been with me since day one.
Was there any wrestler back in the day who really like stood out to you the most?
As a kid growing up, my favorite was Triple H.
Was Triple H?
I don't know what about it like made him my favorite. It's probably like his character, like his aggression and everything like that. And then he was like one of the bigger dudes. So like him, Batista, like those were like the dudes that I looked up to. And on my dad's side, a lot of men are taller. So I thought I was gonna be at least like 6'1" or like something around that height. But I was 18 when I started training, and by that time I was still 5'8". So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to start looking towards the Rey Mysterios and whatnot for what to do in the ring.
So when you say 18, you started training. That
Yeah,
was like what, 2017, 2018?
2018. Yep.
So you've been almost at it for a decade, like
Yeah,
the
almost.
better part of a decade almost. What
Yeah.
made you? Because I know a lot of people going through high school, you gotta speak to a guidance counselor. You gotta say, I want to be an electrician or a mechanic. What made you say, I want to be a pro wrestler and actually like step into the ring?
I've wanted to be a pro wrestler since I was in middle school. Like I said, like Triple H was my dude. DX, him and Shawn Michaels, like the Hardy Boys, like watching all those dudes just it inspired me. Like I had the replica belts and everything like that. I would pretend to be them. I would act like them. I would have like the action figures and all that. It was just something that never left my mind. And I've been an artist as well. Like I draw, do some paintings here and there, like ever since I was a kid too. And that was a choice for me. It was literally either be an artist, try to like make cartoons, do something with art, or I could use my art in wrestling form. And that's the path that I chose. I like physical sports. So like even football, that was something that I tested out. I don't watch football and I played without knowing what the rules were. Like I literally, if they told me to do it, I just went on the field and did it. So
Yeah.
like, but yeah, when I found a wrestling school, I was just like, this is what I need to be doing. This is like, I have to. I remember looking with my replica belt when I was probably 9 or 10 years old. I was looking at myself in the mirror with my heavyweight championship replica belt. And I said to myself, like, one day I'm gonna be world heavyweight champion. Like one day this is gonna be like a reality. Like this is gonna be the real thing around my waist. And I always keep that in the back of my mind whenever anything is going on in my career.
Oh man, that's amazing. That's amazing. Did you know anybody who was already wrestling, or did you just go a quick little Google search and find a school?
Uh, Originally, my mom had found a school for me. It was PWA out in Cheshire, and funny enough, she even threw me a party there, a birthday party for my 15th birthday, I believe. And there were guys like Wrecking Ball Legursky were there,
Wow, wrecking ball.
and a few other dudes from PWA. But by the
Oh,
time I had wanted to join up, they were already out of business. So
oh wow.
like a couple years go by, and then I meet Jay Onyx, my tag partner, best friend. Uh, I think the next year, me and him met each other at our church, became best friends because like we were just in sync with everything from how we live to watching anime to loving wrestling, like all these different things. And he went to East Haven High School where he would get tickets from Big Daddy, and we would just go to the shows. We watched the shows, and then that's when we started talking to the wrestlers about House of Pain, Richard Holiday, Matthias were dudes that we were talking to, and saying like, yeah, we want to like train, whatever the case may be. They told us like information of like training days, when to come down, where to go, and that was about 2017.
Yeah,
And the shows that we would go to, they were just like at some point they were just like, "Yo, when y'all coming down? When y'all coming down?" And like every show that we went to, so
yeah.
like March of 2018 is when we started, and here we are.
I remember. I remember when you guys started showing up to practice and putting in the work. And that was a hot summer. Like this when March hit, by the time summer hit, man, that it got really hot in that school. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Like we'd have the garage door open, like it was sweating bullets. I remember that like crazy. But
yeah. I had to
you
change your shirts and everything. Yeah,
yeah, but you guys had like I could tell you guys were motivated because we had lots of remember that guy Hercules, the little short guy, he came a few times.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a lot of cats pulled up during that time, but none stuck. None stuck.
Bro,
A lot
there's
popped smoke.
so many people throughout the years who have came into PAPW and said like, I want to be a wrestler, like whatever the case may be. They were there for like a few weeks, few months, maybe even a day, and they're just gone now. So many people have even like started their careers and then just stopped after a short time. But
It's a hard life. They take a rough bump or a stiff shot to the chin, and they're like, it's not worth the $25, the hot dog and the handshake.
we were doing this for free during COVID when nobody
Yeah,
could make the Rhode Island XWA. It was
yeah.
me, Dustin, Kai, Jay, like Ichiban, Elijah Six. We all hop in the car every Thursday doing this for free and
Oh,
just wrestling, getting experience because nobody else was doing it.
yeah. And that was good. I was following everything on social media. I was following on YouTube. I saw the match with Big Jim and what's his name? The guy with the beard. Uh,
Bull Dread,
yeah, when they had
yeah,
the all falls count anywhere
yeah,
match, like.
the Steve fight, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
One of my boys had pulled that up the other day, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was following everything. And I was like, I was happy for you guys because in El Paso, no company wanted to open up. Even in Mexico,
Really,
no one was like, yeah. Even in Mexico, they were like, no. So I was stagnant for almost 18 months before I could do my first show.
yeah.
That's when people started getting more like, oh, well, maybe it's not so serious, and the matches started again. But that's crazy. Freaking but did you do any sports when you were in high school, or did you just get in the wrestling ring and tough it out? Because I know when you guys showed up, you guys were doing the up and overs. You guys were really moving. Did you come from a sports background, or was it just some conditioning you did before you got in the ring?
I literally, like I said, I did football without knowing how to play football, but that was like Pop Warner. That was like my going into my eighth grade year. I played that summer, and then I stopped because I wanted to find a wrestling school. And then when I couldn't find one, I literally told my mom because I didn't like going home after school and just like not doing anything. I had to do something. So I was
Yeah,
like, either I'm gonna find a wrestling school to go to, or I'm gonna go back to football, even though I don't want to play. But I
yeah.
needed to be doing something. So my sophomore year of high school, I went back to playing football for a few months, and then I had to stop because I had got into a bus accident where my knee had smacked the back of one of the seats, and the fluid
Mhm.
kept going into the back, so it stayed swelled up for like a month or two.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
I couldn't really do anything with it.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But to be from there, from playing some sports, starting wrestling, to now I'm watching on Instagram and you're doing like pull-ups, like you're doing some calisthenic like type stuff, you know?
Yeah, I've always liked being like an active person. Like I mean, I was like a fat kid when I was younger, but I always liked being active. I always liked physical, like contact sports and stuff like that. Like I would play street ball with my cousins and everything.
Yeah.
Um, I was never the most athletic kid, but as I got older, I started hitting the gym, started, wrestling training, all the good conditioning and whatnot. Fat started shedding off. My athletic ability started showing more, started getting more
Yeah.
confidence in myself, and yeah.
No, dude, I'm telling you, you shine a lot, man. I'm telling you, like seeing when you first started till now, just your physique. I mean, I can see the belts behind you, the trophies. I mean, for anybody watching, how often between training in the school and training in the gym, how often are you actually training?
At one point in 2023 to 2024, right? No, 2022 to 2023, I was actually a personal trainer. So I was in the gym literally like 24/7. Um, I would be in the gym and then I would go to training, and this is when Beyond opened up their BioPro training. So I would literally be at the gym for however long and then drive all the way out to Massachusetts and train with them, Ken Doan, whatnot, Thomas Santel, and then yeah, be right back in the gym the next day. And then what, have a show or two Saturday, Sunday, Friday, whatever the case may be. But now I'm literally in the gym or training Mondays, Tuesdays, and then every day I'm trying to just like outside of the ring, I'm just trying to do whatever I can. Like I have a whole setup here with like dumbbells, curl bar, I got some benches and stuff like that. So if I can't make it to the gym, I can work out here. There's no real excuses for me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy because I want the people who are watching to just know how physically demanding this is. I mean, I know, I don't know if it was we were just training and I did that leg drop off the top rope. I believe you were there and I crushed my tailbone.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't wrestle for like 3 months. And that wasn't even like a match. That was just me trying something and I crushed my
Yeah.
tailbone legit. Like I had to have people help me every time I went to go get up out of a chair. You know, my wife had
Mm.
to grab my arms, like pick me up and stuff like that, you know?
Oh
So
man. Yeah. It's a dangerous business, man. A lot of people they don't understand it. Like I was just talking to one of my friends yesterday, I think, and I was just telling them like from the outside looking in, a lot of people don't understand what we do. Like a bunch of people like to call it fake and like, oh, like what you're doing isn't real. I showed them a video of this past Saturday from my match with Anthony Green.
yeah, I saw that.
Me doing I did a moonsault onto him, and they were like, "You don't get scared doing that?" Da, 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 da. And I'm like, "I'm scared every time I do it because I can literally like, for whatever reason, I can mess up and get injured. I could possibly die from it. Like everything
Yeah,
that we do in this ring, like, is dangerous if you're not trained properly."
exactly, exactly. So you just dropped a big name right there, Anthony Green. I also saw that you won that trophy back in March. How was that?
Uh,
How was the
oh, this
singles?
was actually in January. This is the beginning of the year.
Oh, that was beginning. I know because I saw it was 2026 on it, but when I was
Yeah.
scrolling through your photos, I saw you posted like some headshots with it and like
Oh yeah, I literally since January I've been just juicing that one. I've been squeezing as much content out with that as much as
yeah.
I can.
I'll just I'll just walk out with it. Like, take me
Yeah.
to the just walk out there with the medal and the trophy, you know. So showing people like, yeah, I won this. What's up? But you just dropped a big name, Anthony Green. That guy's been everywhere. I haven't wrestled him, but I worked shows with him when he was
Mm,
out in Texas for a little while, you know?
yeah.
And he's a really nice guy, you know?
No, he's a
Have
great. Yeah.
Do you have like a dream opponent or have you wrestled them already? Or is there somebody that you want to wrestle in the future? Like one dream opponent you want to wrestle?
there are a bunch of people that I want to wrestle. Anthony Green, like I have literally like a whole list. Anthony Green is a name that I just got to check off. But a dream match for me is Jay Lethal.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah. Jay Lethal. I he was one of the dudes that got me started watching the indies, like Ring of Honor and stuff like that. And then once I found out about Ring of Honor, I like transitioned into New Japan because the Bucks, Kenny Omega and whatnot. But yeah,
Yeah.
Jay Lethal, he's that guy, man. He's the man.
You know, I used to. A lot of people don't remember this, but when Jay Lethal was a Ring of Honor, I believe he was part of that group Special K, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
they would come out and they do all this goofy stuff. And Jay Lethal, no joke, and people would joke on Special K because a lot of them were like strung out looking guys and things like that.
Mm,
And I would tell people, I was like, keep an eye out for Jay Lethal. That dude's a sleeper. I would watch some of his matches. Him and Jody Fleisch were like the two guys for Special K that I always kept an eye on. But I think Jody Fleisch
mm.
had back. You know what I'm talking about? Jody Fleisch. He did this move where he would jump out to the top rope while spinning and then do like a flip and catch you in a DDT. It was like the Fleisch
I
six
remember.
jump.
I know the move. If I see, I'm a lot better with like faces than names. So if I see his face, I'll probably remember. But I remember
Yeah.
the move for sure.
But I always told people, I was like, yo, keep an eye on Jay Lethal. He's gonna blow up something big. And it's true. It's true. Once he got to TNA, he started really like, diving into his character, then diving into
Yep,
like the Macho Man character,
yep,
and
yep.
I was like, yo, this guy's phenomenal. And I called it. I called it from a long time ago. But so Jay Lethal will be one of them. In today's pro wrestling, I've been noticing a lot more intergender matches,
Hmm.
men versus women. Is there a female wrestler that you would love to just get in the ring with, to work with?
That's a. I've never thought about that honestly. So like off the top of my head, no, nobody that like comes to mind. Um, there are a lot of like dope female wrestlers at the moment though. Like uh Becca, Gabby Forza. Um, there are a lot of women out there. I that would be have to be one that maybe Gabby, maybe Gabby,
Gabby?
because I've like talked to her a few times. Like she's really cool and everything, and like watching her matches, I enjoy them. She's one of the people who I enjoy watching.
Okay, see, that's good to know because it seems like with TKO acquiring WWE and all these things, it really seems like within the last 2 years, I've seen a huge evolution in pro wrestling. You know, what's it called? Trios matches,
Yeah,
intergender matches. Like just all these things are coming up. So it's good to know that if you could wrestle a female, who would it be? A lot of
yeah,
people
right, right.
a lot of people misconstrue that as like who you have a crush on, but really it's like 'cause, what's her name? Chelsea Green would be
Hmm,
like one of the wrestlers I would love to wrestle because I thought
word.
her against Penta and Lucha Underground, which I heard they're gonna probably revamp.
I saw
Um,
that. Yeah,
yeah, her versus Penta, that match went hard. You know
I
what I
didn't even
mean?
know they had a match. I have to go back. I watched so many like Penta Lucha Underground matches. I was just watching. Who was it? It was him, Ray Phoenix, and Mil Muertes,
Mil
right?
Muertes, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
their triple threat match, insane.
Yo, he chops the dog smack out of Chelsea Green. Like she
Really,
fights. She fights. When he's like, and it's like the whole place just echoes. Like people are cheering, people are like, ooh. But no, she would probably be like the wrestler I would probably want to face?
word. I gotta see that. I gotta watch that. Yeah.
But has there been any time, because I know you've always wanted to be a pro wrestler, has there been any moment where you ever thought about walking away from the business? And if there was, what kept you in?
There's a lot of moments. Yeah, been a lot of moments. There was one year where like I was really just I hit like a whole depressive state where like I just didn't know. I didn't feel like I was progressing in my career or in my personal life. I just felt like everything I was doing was just like not working. I felt very stagnant. And from time to time, I don't feel stagnant, but I do feel like, there is a lot that goes into pursuing a career in this,
Yeah.
and staying relevant and evolving. So, like I said before, 9, 10-year-old me in the mirror saying that he's gonna be world heavyweight champion for the WWE one day. That's something that keeps me motivated and keeps me on my path, as well as um the people that look up to me. Like there are people that are newer in wrestling or people that are just fans that I've probably never met before. And they just tell me how I'm inspiring to them, how they see my videos and like uh it helps them through their days, whatever the case may be. And that just it motivates me. It's something that I keep in my back pocket because I'm not just doing this for me. Like I started this because this is something I wanted to do, but now that I'm so deep into it, there are eyes on me, and I don't want to let those people down because they believe in me. So if they believe in me, why am I not believing in myself? You know?
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So jumping on that, moving forward, I mean, you already accomplished so much in 2026. You know, you won that beautiful trophy, the singles tournament. You know,
Yeah.
is there any other big goals you're trying to set for 2026?
Um, big goals. One goal that I have is debuting in at least two new states this year. So last year I debuted in Florida and I just went out there again and I'm gonna go back there in beginning of July, I believe. Uh Debuted out in Pennsylvania 2 years ago. Canada, that's a whole different country, but still. Debuted in Canada 2 years ago and I've been like out there ever since. But as far as the United States, I would just want to debut in two new states.
Okay.
Um, I've been all around the Northeast, basically. In the South, I've been to Florida, Texas. I want to Pennsylvania. I've been over there. I've been to Las Vegas last year. That's when I made that debut.
Oh, I
So
remember that. Yeah. I saw the photo, man. You look so legit too, standing in front of the poster with your suit on. That's too legit. Is there any advice that you would give anybody who is either thinking about starting or already started as a pro wrestler? Any advice on the road ahead of them? Something that you wish someone told you when you first started that could have really made a difference in your career?
um, actually, going back to Anthony Green a couple years ago, he told me like it doesn't matter what you're doing in the business, like how high you are or how low you are, just be a good person and that'll get you through everything here. Because there are a lot of good people, and then there are a lot of people who have bad attitudes or egos, whatever the case may be, you know,
Yeah.
and they may be in that position because of their ego, but you as a person, just be a good person to everybody because the same people that you see going to the top are the same people you're going to see on your way back to the bottom. Like, you know?
Yeah. Oh man, see, that's wonderful. And a lot of people need to hear that, in my opinion, because sometimes it seems like you go into a locker room and you can automatically tell who are like the welcoming ones, and then you can tell who are the ones who are like, oh, well, I'm main event kid, get out of here,
Yeah,
get
for
away from me,
sure.
you know. Ew, I was on TV once, get away from me, you know.
Really.
Yeah, that was in El Paso. There was quite a few guys who
Mm,
were. I was like, oh, you don't understand. I played a security. I was security at AEW when they went to El Paso. And I'm like.
Jeez, yeah, no.
I'm like, good for you, bro. Good for you. How was that?
Yeah,
How was that spine buster from oh, what was his name? Royce, the guy from
Royce Keys.
yeah, when he was in
Yeah,
AEW, then they were in El Paso, he spine busted like five of them. And they're
jeez.
like, they're like, yeah, we were the security for that show and we got spine busters. See the clip? That's me. You see half of my face?
Oh my God.
You know?
Yeah,
But that's probably one of the best pieces of advice I've heard so far. Just be kind to other people, Like uh you don't have to be like going out of your way to be, hey, what's going on? But
yeah,
afford kindness and we all shake each other's hands. You know, we
exactly, dude.
all we all ask, especially I bet you get a lot of newer guys saying, hey, did you see my match by any chance?
Right, right,
Anything
yeah.
anything that can help out, I think always makes a big difference. I know I made
And
a big.
I'm still one of those guys where it's like I send my matches to my veterans, like, yo, can you watch this? Like, give me any critiques or anything like that. So if somebody comes around my way, I don't want to be like, oh, I'm not gonna watch that because you're not on my level. Like, no, I'm not that type of person,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And another thing as far as like good advice, just be very grateful for all the opportunities that you have, no matter how big or small they are, because in this field, every opportunity is a great opportunity.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. That's so true. That's so true. Anytime you can get your foot in the door, even for a small little moment, just be grateful and be happy, shake hands with everybody, just enjoy it because this is a wild ride. A lot of people don't realize, that this is a business
It's a
unlike
roller
any,
coaster.
yeah, it's a business unlike any other, in my opinion. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
you're mixing like performance athletics with, on camera charisma and cutting promos. Like it just takes, a lot. So
Mm,
I completely understand that. So
yeah.
as we wrap, before we wrap this up, there's usually one finisher sentence I ask wrestlers, and it goes like this: You know you're a pro wrestler when.
You start weighing your hair before matches.
That's not true. Just straight up, just like, oh my.
And my
Um,
hair doesn't dry fast, so the fact that I like do it now is
hey, be grateful you have hair. Look at me. I'm combing all this forward, trying to keep it.
hey, it still look good, man. It still look good. It fits you. It fits you.
But if I
It's
go like
good.
this, you can't tell I have hair. No, I'll show you what your hair before the matches. Who was it? I want to say it was Chris Battles. Did that before he would walk out. And one
Mm,
time, I was still new at PAPW doing shows. And one time, as I was walking by the entrance where people walked out, I slipped.
yeah.
I slipped. Like I had my wrestling boots on. They were smooth on the bottom, for the
Yep.
ring. And I'm walking by like, took a butt. My doll went flying up in the air. Like it was just,
You got to be careful, man. As soon as like literally, and I don't know why I started doing it. Like I don't like I literally sometimes I'll just have a water bottle and I'll just drench my hair, and then it'll just be water on the ground, and you see other dudes doing it too. It's like, yeah, gotta be
I think,
careful.
I think it makes a good look. Like a lot of pro boxers, UFC fighters, they're in the back warming up. They're in the back warming
Yeah,
up, striking the pads, getting sweaty. When they walk out, they're already glistening. They got that glow. You got the lights shining in everywhere. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I like it. Maybe, maybe, hey, maybe it's a little homage to Triple H. You gotta walk out. You gotta do it. Just
Yeah, I'm for sure do a little spin in the back before I go out.
yeah.
Actually, because of him, this is funny. Because of him, I wanted to learn like how to like pop my pecs. So
Oh, oh
yeah,
yeah. I can do the
so
whole. I
like
can do the Tech Papa Love.
so like when I was a kid, like I would be in the mirror, I would just trying to do it and like just trying to get them off.
You can give us
And
some.
then I think like sometime like during high school or whenever it was that I like really started working out heavy and started like getting my chest muscles, I just did
Yeah,
it one day and I was like, oh shit. So now like during my matches, you'll just see me randomly doing it.
yeah, yeah. I know it's not just during your matches too. Like it'll probably be like you'll be at the supermarket and you be like put something on the counter and you be like, excuse me, oh sorry. Yeah. Just checking out self checkout. You're looking at some of the mirrors or that little monitor right there.
Yeah,
Just being
yeah.
cool.
You know, if I see myself on a little camera, a little mirror, or I see a little honey walk by or something like that, I don't know.
I do that. I do that at Target. I'll walk or at Walmart. I'll walk by the areas that had the monitor saying you are being watched. And
Yeah.
I'll walk by and I'm like boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
That's how
just
you know when you're a wrestler too. That and when you start punching random objects throughout the day.
I do that too. Guilty, guilty. I have this column in my kitchen, and I'll be walking by the. Oh yeah, you saw that? Felt nothing. Felt the magic hands. But all right, brother. I really appreciate your time. I don't want to take up any more of your time, man. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
Thank you for
Um,
having me, guys. Really
if,
appreciate it.
if possible, I would love to have you on even for a shorter segment at the end of 2026 to do like a little recap of how 2026 turned out for you, because I know you've been killing it so far. We're not even in June yet, halfway through the year, and you've been killing it, bro. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
So
Thank you.
I'm not surprised one day I'm gonna open up my cell phone on Instagram and I'm gonna see some great news you threw out there. You know, some big announcement. I won't be surprised at all. All right, brother.
Got you.
All right,
Thank
man.
you,
Thank you
man.
so much. God bless. Much love. I'll talk to you later.
God bless.